What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. You already know what time it is. It is time for another mock draft. You guys can see on the screen behind me, this is not an ordinary mock draft, folks. We are giving you guys 2 rounds, post-NFL Combine style. There's going to be a ton of movement, a lot of players. I've been saying it for a while. This draft, once you hit like picks 20 to 40, any of those guys could go in that range. This is where the draft gets really fun once you start getting into the second round. We've got the usual suspects. Bobby, Addison, how you fellas doing?
Doing good. Excited to get a deep mock draft, like you said, 2 rounds. We're getting that Combine just came out as well, or just wrapped up, I should say. Some of these guys are freaks, man. Sonny Styles has just tested his way into the top 5, maybe? I mean, we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah. Hard to say he didn't, man. The guy's an absolute alien. He's an actual alien.
Yeah, I think this is a fun time, and then right after free agency, I think these are 2 of the biggest kind of turning points for mocks 100%. In the draft in general, kind of see where teams are at, but I think this gives us a better idea of where prospects are going, see who's rising, who's fallen, so definitely be interesting to see who benefited from the Combine, so.
100%. Without further ado, I'm launching this mock draft, and it is the Raiders on the clock. And it's Fernando Mendoza, and honestly, that's really all there is to say about it. He's the pick. There's no reason to think anything else. There's no reason to get cute here. He is the pick. That's who they're going to take. Will it work behind that offensive line? I have serious concerns. So hopefully they invest in the offensive line this free agency period and then later rounds, maybe in the second round. Who knows? But Fernando Mendoza is going 1-1. You can go ahead and get the jersey, Raiders fans. He's coming home. Bobby, Jets at pick 2.
Yeah, Jets at pick 2. Just made the move, obviously bringing Sweat in. Love it, bringing in a big body run defender. I think, obviously, that opens up. Definitely need an edge. One of my favorite edges in the draft, a guy that I think is an automatic fit at edge for them is going to be David Bailey, who I'm taking at 2. Obviously, a lot of talk about Arvell Reese. I think with him kind of being a tweener, if you take him, you have to have a plan with him. And I think David Bailey's a guy that can come in and play right away, contribute, not really going to have an adjustment period to being a solid, like, edge defender, period, not an off-ball linebacker. So give me David Bailey. I think he's just a little bit more of a sure shot edge in this draft, especially after Ruben Bain and his T-Rex arms. So
T-Rex arms. Gosh dang it. They got to remeasure those things. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got baby arms, if those are the true measurements.
Baby. Yeah, not good.
One of the Cardinals here at 3. Tackle is interesting. Mariola, not the best arm length for him, talking about arms.
No.
They do need a tackle, though, in Arizona. What's the quarterback situation going? New staff in town. I'm taking the best player available, in my mind. Give me Caleb Downs, 3 to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm doing it.
Woo! I like it. I didn't see that one coming. I'll be honest. That's not a pick I see very often. It makes sense, man. Caleb Downs is awesome. He is straight up awesome.
Yes, he is.
I think that's a great pick. Tennessee on the clock here at pick number 4. I am a strong proponent of you won't know your quarterback's any good until they have weapons to throw it to. However, I also have to look at the fact that the Titans head coach is Robert Saleh. He just brought in former edge rusher Jermaine Johnson from the Jets, so he brought in his old boy. That defense needs a lot of work, as you guys can see on PFF. They obviously need corner. They need edge. I could see this being an Arvell Reese spot where he says, let me work with a freak athlete. And honestly, I like that for Robert Saleh, getting a hold of a freak like Arvell Reese, who is an absolute alien athlete, just like his teammate Sonny Styles. So I'm going to go Arvell Reese to the Tennessee Titans at pick number 4.
Yeah, I love that pick.
Yeah, I think Titans fans would be happy with that.
I would think so. I like Arvell Reese. It is concerning because we've never seen him. I mean, we've seen him play edge, but how will they use him? Honestly, I like the fit with the coach, man. I think Saleh's get the most out of him.
Saleh's definitely a defensive mastermind. He, like you said, gets the most out of his guys.
Yeah. And I think wherever he goes, he's going to have to be that Joker type player where they're going to be moving him around. He's basically going to be the face of the defense, and they're going to have to utilize him in a bunch of different ways, especially if you really want to utilize him in the most productive way possible. So love that pick. As a Colts fan, not so much. But pick number 5, Giants on the clock here. I think there's a few different ways they could go. I know there was a lot of speculation about them adding a running back this offseason to pair with Scadaboo in this offense. I don't think that's the right way to go, though. I think you got to go help Jackson Dart. Give me Carnell Tate. Obviously didn't come out and run an amazing 40 time, but there are a lot of receivers in the league that have ran in that 4 or 5 range that have been able to be productive. I think he's a polished wide receiver, and I think he comes in and complements Malik Neighbors, give Jackson Dart another weapon. And honestly, I think with them having additional picks, they can kind of come back and hopefully get an offensive lineman. But I just think these top 3 receivers are going to be ones you want to snag right away. So give me Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of OSU.
Yes, great pick for them. And I'm not so worried about his 40-yard dash. He looks good on the field when it comes to receivers, man. Like, I don't care. He's that good. He's a damn freak. And he catches everything. And yes, you've got Malik Neighbors coming back off an ACL tear. You're going to be worried about him and his health. Carnell Tate just steps in right away and gives you a guy you can trust.
Yeah, I like Carnell Tate. I think the Jeremiah Love, that might be a little bit more than just some smoke. There might be fire there. I don't know. We'll see, though. Harbaugh, we'll see what they do. It's going to be interesting. Weapons galore if they have the choices they did at 5 there. Moving on to the Browns at 6. Francis Mariot, I think, just slides right on in if he falls to Cleveland here. Arm length again, not great, not terrible though, but you at least have a quarterback that's young that you can trot out in Shador. Could be Watson if he wins the job, great, but Monken wants to compete and you need line help. Whatever quarterback it is taking snaps, hopefully Mariota can help that.
Yeah, he can. He's the best tackle in the class, and
I know arm length is pretty much everything, at least when you're prospecting tackles. But Will Campbell played pretty well all year. It sucks that he played bad in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs, but it's like at the end of the day, timing. He wasn't the worst left tackle in football all season. It's like, yeah.
No. He just ran into a buzzsaw at the wrong time. It happens. That's a great pick for them. They need to figure out their offensive line for sure. I love going with the Browns. Like, if they take a wide receiver at 6, it's a tackle at 16 or 18 or wherever their next pick is, and then vice versa. So I think tackle wide receiver kind of is their first round plan. Commanders here at pick 7. This is a sprint the card in if you're the Commanders. This is Dan Quinn will strangle the general manager if he doesn't pick Sonny Styles.
Yeah,
he
must.
You absolutely have to. This has to be the pick for them if he's there at 7. I don't see any way he falls past 7 after the combine he had. Like, we knew he was athletic, former safety. Then he goes out and he runs a sub 4.5 40, and he jumps 43.5 inches in the air. And he looks so good at all of the athletic testing and all of the drills, too. Just such a smooth player. The guy's an absolute freak athlete, man. And their linebacking core is old, slow, and not very good.
Yeah, I love that pick. I think he could go as high as 2 as well. I mean, obviously the position value is not great, but I think he's an absolute freak of an athlete. Just hearing him talk, obviously, sounds like he's a good leader as well, a guy that can come in and make an instant impact. Saints, I think there's a few different ways they can go here. Give me Jeremiah Love. I think at the end of the day, obviously defensive line would be a huge help here. Ruben Bain, good run stopper, obviously very productive in college, but if the shuck train's going to keep moving, you got to keep giving him weapons. I know obviously the wide receiving core there could use some help as well, but I think Jeremiah Love is hands down best running back, in this class, and there's really not even a close second. So I think this is a little bit deeper of a wide receiver class. You get your stud running back who you can utilize out of the backfield, really give Shuck every opportunity to be great that you can. And like I said, at the end of the day, you just got to help him out any way possible. And I think, especially having an offensive-minded coach, it'll be a much-needed addition to the backfield for them.
Love that. And
yes, sir. Great.
Talking about Jeremiah Love, I actually considered him at 3, and Cardinals fans are probably eating me alive for picking Downs, but Love, it's similar to the Genti. If he's going to go to a situation where what is quarterback, what's the offense going to look like? Let's just use Jeremiah Love when we're going to be terrible, and then when we're good in 3 years, is he the same running back that he's going to be immediately entering the league? Who knows? Anyway, on to the Chiefs. They're pissed. Obviously, they want Jeremiah Love. Mekhi Lemon scares me. I don't know what that
same. I didn't like
weird
the interview,
eyeballs,
man. What the
but
hell
I will
was that?
say, don't you want a receiver with some screws loose? But then you've got Rashee Rice, so they're probably saying, no, we don't.
No
Ruben
more.
Bain
no more. Also, they cut Jawan Taylor.
Yeah, they did. Today. So tackle's interesting,
Just
but I mean, if it's not
Mario,
there's no way you're reaching here. I don't think so. I think if Ruben Bain falls this far, I know he's not a potential need for Kansas City.
Oh, it's a great
they're
pick.
Taking him 100%. If this is how it falls down to 9, Ruben Bain to the Chiefs.
Yeah, has to be the pick there. I know the arm length at the combine was shorter than what you want to see, obviously, but he's still an absolute freak. I mean, put up, 12 sacks this year. Excellent against the run. Sets a hard edge. Hard to move. And listen, there's something to be said for a guy who shows up to the combine without a haircut and with his hair and his beard looking like he's homeless. He clearly doesn't care how he looks. He's just there to play ball. Like, these guys show up, their hair's looking nice. They've gotten themselves all put together for it, all puckered up, and he walks in like he just rolled out of a paper sack. It's like, oh, okay, this guy's a nut job.
You know
So,
who else
I
did
don't know.
that? Caleb Williams. I mean, what? Oh,
Well, maybe there's something to be said there. Bengals here at pick number 10. Kind of tough because Caleb Downs is obviously a favorite if he falls to them. I am going to kind of lean into a combine guy here. I like Caleb Banks at this spot. They need help on the defensive side of the ball in the worst way. I could yeah, I'm going to do it because I already said it. I'm going to go Caleb Banks here. I think they just need defensive talent. The guy showed he's an absolute freak. And what do they have to speak of on the defensive side of the ball, man? It's time to start figuring out the trenches over there. I don't want to go offensive line for them. You could say Spencer Fano is a decent pick there, but I'm going to lean into the fact that we just had the combine. These guys are going to be a little bit higher. And Caleb Banks is a damn good player, too.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a freak, especially if everything comes together for him. I mean,
Yeah.
freak talent, obviously, just got to be able to put it all together on the field. Dolphins on the clock. Give me Carson Beck. No, I'm just kidding. I think Dolphins fans should be pretty happy here. Both corners being available.
Thrilled.
Give me Mansour Delane. I think top corner in the class. Obviously, I think there's really two guys that you could go with here.
Yep.
Obviously, McCoy having some health concerns. I think it's a little bit safer pick for him, but you need an alpha in the room. I know we've talked about it on previous drafts. At the end of the day, the cornerback room for the Dolphins is abysmal. I don't really think it matters what you do in free agency either. You need to add young talent there, and I think this is a guy that can come out and hopefully be a lockdown corner for you going into week one and cement that position. Yep. Obviously, still need to add there, but I think it's a good start for the Miami Dolphins CB room. So,
Yes, 100% love that pick. I do think Jermon McCoy's talent is better, but I am concerned that he didn't do any testing. He's over a year out from the ACL tear.
Yep.
How, these guys normally come back from that after about 9 or 10 months, and we're 13 and a half months out from that, and he's still not doing anything. It's like, okay, what else is going on, dude?
If he doesn't run it as pro day, I mean, and similarly, too, we saw it with Will Johnson last year. I mean, injuries at the cornerback position
People
are tricky.
want to see it.
Christian Gonzalez fell.
Yep.
Yeah, fell. Oh, God. What a disaster that was. Let's take Emmanuel Forbes before Christian Gonzalez, guys. Okay.
That's wild.
Okay.
On to 12, though, here. Dallas Cowboys. Call me the safety man. I'm talking about combine guys. I'm taking Dylan.
Yes. Yes.
Dallas needs secondary help.
I almost did it.
This guy, 4'3", 40, 41-inch vert, 6 feet tall, 201. I like that quite a bit. I understand it might be a little early, but the combine rises people, and with Caleb Downs going, hey, I'm the safety man this pick, this mock. So, yeah, we're going secondary for Dallas.
Yes, sir. I love that pick. I think Dylan Tiedemann is going to fly up draft boards
Yeah, I'm
after that
pissed.
combine,
I wish he was. I'm pissed. I wish that guy could have been there at 25.
Yes, he always fell to the Bears, and now it's like, no. He was one of my big combine winners. Excuse me, everybody. Fighting a little something there. Rams here at pick 13. Now, maybe Jermon McCoy is okay. I don't know how those meetings all went, but if you're the Rams, you have to take him here at pick 13, in my opinion. I don't think you can let him get past you because he is, if the tape is who he truly is still, if he is still the 2024 Jermon McCoy, he's the top 5 player in this class. I don't know if he is. I hope he is because he's awesome, and the Rams desperately need cornerback help. Thought about maybe one of the tackles here, but they had some quietly really solid tackle play this year from some guys, and I know Havenstein is going to retire, so they could maybe look at a right tackle. But again, it's like you guys have said, Spencer Fano is really probably the next right tackle, but his arms are just too short. I'm sorry, his arms are just too short for the tackle position. They're about as short, if not shorter, than Will Campbell's. That's concerning. It just isn't going to work. So I think he ends up being a guard. Teams had him working out at center at the combine, so I'm going to stick here and go with corner and take Jermon McCoy at 13.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it before too, but if the medicals check out, he does well at his pro day. I mean, I think he's going to be a home run of a pick, really good tape and everything, but obviously the injury is definitely scary. So, and especially a team that needs to win now, if he can come out and make an impact next year, that's a huge pickup for them.
Yep.
Ravens on the clock here. A few different ways they could go.
Ravens are a tricky one.
They are.
There's a couple of guys that I like on the board for them. There's a couple of little spots you could hit. Probably could use a new QB.
Yeah, yeah. Give me Akeem Mesidor. I think he's another.
Ooh,
He's
okay, I like
yeah.
it.
I like the edge. Miami edges were really, really good this year, and I don't think you can ever
Mm-hmm.
have enough of them. A guy who had a lot of
Yes.
production as well. And I think you just got to keep adding to that room. So I believe at one point he
Yep.
even did play a little like 280. You can definitely move him in the interior if needed in rush packages as well.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think, like I said, just especially the Indiana game, the edges there are just insane. So give me Mesidor at 14 to the Ravens.
Yeah, he also tested really well, and he put up good numbers in college. And the Ravens are a win now team. Like I would argue, they're one of the few Super Bowl or bust. Like if you don't win a Super Bowl, it's a failed season. I don't care that Akeem Mesidor is going to be 25
Yeah.
years old. Like okay, great, that means you're going to be really good for the next 5 years. This is our title window, so fantastic. Go ahead, let's do it.
And I think
I
the
like that pick.
Seahawks also kind of showed that being able to rush in waves and get home with four, you can never have enough edge
Yes,
rushers. Even if you can roll out, three, four guys that can get to the quarterback, it just makes you better in the long run. So,
100%, 100%.
Makai Lemon would be interesting, I think, to Baltimore,
yeah.
but again, he
Yeah,
scares
thought
me,
that one.
man. He scares me.
Yeah, me too.
I think
Me too.
Jets fans
Me
will be
too.
happy if this is the way this plays out, though, because he could fall right into their lap at 16.
He could, and I'm not taking him.
I was
Sorry.
Mesidor,
close to pulling the
I
trigger
was
on
thinking
Tyson.
him for the Bucks if you did not take him there. I think it's C.J. Allen. You got to address the aging
Yeah.
defense
Okay.
of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, Kenyon Sadiq was interesting. He really performed
That's where I thought you were
well in
going.
the I know because I'm big on the combine. I mean, 26 bench press reps. He's not weak. You know what I mean. So you're worried about his blocking.
No.
He's got some strength to him. He's fast and he can jump. And that was my other. But that's the thing for the Bucks. Do you want to go all in on the offensive side, or do you like their defense is
Right.
getting up there? It's old, and
Oh yeah.
you got to address it. C.J. Allen is the pick there. Sadiq was interesting though. I really considered it.
Yeah, I like CJ Allen a lot. Very good linebacker, very instinctual player too. So good against the run. Just such a good run defender. And he's a Georgia linebacker. They're
Yeah,
just good
yeah.
at football. They're just good at football. It is what it is, man. Jets. As much as I don't want to make this pick for you guys, I will make this pick for you guys because it's an easy one. It's got to be Makai Lemon. You just pair him up with Garrett Wilson and whoever's playing quarterback. Maybe you'll get your quarterback in the second round of this draft. Who knows? But you get David Bailey with pick 2, and you get Makai Lemon at pick 16 to go along with all of your picks that you have coming up is a crazy start to rebuilding this squad. Yeah, that would be a home run. No matter how weird he was at the combine, I don't know what that was about, man. But I know the talent on the field is very, very good. So I'm going to take him here at pick 16 to the Jets.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot, and I think he'll fit well in the system with them as well, with Garrett Wilson as counterpart, and then obviously A.D. Mitchell from the Colts, just another young guy that you could
Yes.
hopefully, hope can develop. So, uh, Lions on the clock here. I feel like there's a lot of different ways they can go.
They did release Graham Glasgow today.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're a sneaky offensive line needy team.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
They
I
got
know
a
he's got short arms, but give me Spencer Fano because obviously with him repping at
yeah.
center, um, I think a guy that can play any position you need him to, especially with Decker getting older as well. If you need to move him or move Penei Sewell to a different tackle spot, I think Fano gives you that flexibility to play him at a bunch of different positions. And with them having an older offensive line in general, a guy that is willing to play any position as long as he's able to get on the football field, just a real football guy. And I think he'll fit well with Dan Campbell and the rest of the team there.
Yep.
So
Yeah, this is one of the players where I hate the combine for them because last year he was elite. Gave up 1 sack, 11 hurries. This year, he's quote unquote had a down season, right? He's not been talked about as this top 5 guy. 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits, 5 quarterback hurries in 382 pass block snaps. I mean, that's a bad year? What are we talking about?
Yeah, and I think he's a little light, so if he puts on some weight and a guy that they can let develop as well, you know what I mean? Just continue to get stronger and develop as a run blocker. I think he'd fit well with what they're looking to do with Gibbs in the backfield. So,
absolutely agree.
Moving on to the Vikings here. I'm going Avion Terrell from Clemson.
Yes, yes,
good
sir.
arm length, 31-inch arms at the combine. That's a dub. I don't think he tested everything, but still, at the end of the day, I can understand that for players' purposes. But secondary help is needed extremely bad in Minnesota. Jermod McCoy would have been interesting if he was able to fall down here because, like you said, if the health's there, he's a stud. And I mean, look at Will Johnson. There was a bunch of questions, and he was pretty decent. But give me Terrell here for Minnesota again. Secondary just needs anybody they can get, and I like him. McNeil Warren was interesting for another safety, but I can't be stealing every safety.
Yeah, big safety guy, huh?
Yeah.
Big safety guy. Panthers here at pick 19. One of the worst teams at getting pressure on the quarterback last year. I'm going to go Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Tested really well. Very fluid in all of the drills. I was really impressed with how he ran the hoop drill. Really good ability. This guy on X, quick shout out, I can't think of what his name is, but he talks about the angle of the shin above the ground. And the closer you get your shin to the ground as you're running, the better the athlete you are. And it's proven. I mean, he's got science to back it up. And Keldrick Falk's shin had a good angle to the ground. It's like, okay, this dude is 280 pounds, but he's proving to be a very good athlete. Obviously, he's super good against the run, so that's a strong side edge for you day one. And again, I mean, they had the 3rd fewest sacks in the NFL last year, so go get an edge rusher. So we'll go Keldrick Falk.
yeah, I like that pick, especially after adding a few last year and Umanmian and Squirtin. I feel like that's just another body to that room. And like you said, even if he doesn't make an impact immediately with the pass rush, he's definitely an elite run defender. So really like that pick a lot. Cowboys on the clock here took a safety earlier.
Well, this is kind of a tough one.
It is. I'm seeing Cassius Howell be available. Obviously, short arm buddy, as we talked about before.
We're out, man. Yeah, Cassius Howell worked himself out of the first round this weekend.
He did.
Unfortunately. Yeah, tough spots here because they brought back George Pickens, obviously, bringing him back on the franchise tag, so they're good there. No running back worth a pick here. Edge rusher outside of Cassius Howell. It's like, wow, how far down are we going here?
I don't dislike
Kind of a tough
TJ
spot.
Parker here.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, they really don't need O-line help. I see got a lot of O-linemen still on the board. But yeah, I'm going to go TJ Parker. I think best edge available. I really do like Zion Young as well.
Yes.
But just give me TJ Parker. Just need to add to that room, especially after getting rid of Micah. Any edge help they can get's necessary. I would love if, another linebacker was able to fall to them here. Another good option I didn't even think of, Texas Tech linebacker would be great here as well. A little early for him, but he tested really, really well. But I think this is a lot of depth, whether it be Jake Golday or any of these other linebackers. You can come back in a later round and still get a contributor there. So give me TJ Parker, the edge out of Clemson.
No, yeah, the edges dry up quickly in this draft. So you got to get one when there's one available, especially in the first round, because, like you said, Zion Young's going to be pushed in the first round because there's just not that many good edges in this class. It's thin. So,
Right on. Moving to the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I did it in our last mock for a different team, and I'm doing it again, but this time for the Steelers. Give me Ty Simpson. He's sneaking in. He's sneaking in. Quarterback to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Question mark. And, free agency maybe makes this pick not QB, but right now, quarterback needy team. And Simpson didn't do any athletic drills, but I thought he threw the ball decent enough at the combine.
He did.
Pretty well. Raises your stock. In the end of the day, he's a quarterback, and if teams need you, you're going to get picked. So I'm going Simpson to the Steelers at 21. And let me hear about it, Steelers fans. What do you think? Alabama QB.
Yeah, Steelers fans. Oof. Oh boy, they're gonna have
I
flashbacks of
know
Kenny
that's
Pickett taking
literally
the
what I was
quarterback at
thinking. It's a
21.
late first round pick QB that maybe shouldn't
Yep,
go.
they're having
It's
flashbacks.
Kenny Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? He could be solid. Depends on which Ty Simpson you get. Beginning of the year, he was
Yeah.
lighting it up, and then he just started struggling as the year went on. He's new to starting, man. I think a little bit of time.
McCarthy's
Who
going
knows?
to need somebody to mold, right?
Yes, he's going to need someone. Chargers on the clock here. This is a sprint the card in for me. Vega Ioane out of Penn State has to be the pick. Your offensive line was just decimated by injuries. Now, you may want someone who has guard tackle flexibility. Maybe you want someone like Caden Proctor, but you just have to hope as a Chargers fan that you don't lose both tackles to season-ending injuries. And you can just play Ioane at guard, which is where he is elite at. I mean, when he gets a hold of a defensive lineman, the rep's over. His hands are so strong. He's got such a powerful base. He's such a good offensive guard. He's going to be a long-term starter for them. I think that's a sprint the card in pick.
Yeah, I love that pick. I think any trench pick for the Chargers offense, defense,
Yeah.
they just need all the help they can
Yep.
get, especially, like you said, mentioned with the health of the O-line. Eagles on the clock here, definitely going to be something interesting to watch with A.J. Brown. If he is gone or any question about him, absolutely would love Jordan Tyson there. But I'm going to take a guy who I think is shown throughout the year that he's a good run blocker, had an excellent combine. Give me Sadiq here.
Yes.
I mean, just add another weapon to that offense, a 4-3 guy who can absolutely fly, matchup nightmare, how he does it again, and just gets an athletic freak in nature who can come in and hopefully contribute to that offense right away. And I think, like I said, obviously the athletic traits aside, he's a willing run blocker as well, which will definitely be nice in that system. So,
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq tested crazy. I mean, it's nuts how well some of these guys tested, man. I can't say it enough. These guys, this was an athletic class.
Yeah, they're just going to each class in the future is just going to be getting more and more athletic.
It's just going to be
too.
more
It's
and
just
more.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles, I think, you're happy you're replacing Goddard with maybe a better Goddard. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
On to the Cleveland Browns here. Pick trade from Jacksonville. No, I think this is also a run-in. I mean, Mario early got the tackle figured out. Well, we talked about protecting
Yep.
the quarterback. Well, you got to get another body to throw him the football. Give me Jordan Tyson from
Bingo.
Arizona State. We'll see if he falls this far in the draft
Damn.
for real, because that kid could be a big-time playmaker, and teams will definitely reach. But the Browns are happy with this. I think tackle, receiver,
Yes.
Monken, get some pieces for your offense, and let's go, because we got to not be the worst team in the division and the league.
Yeah. This is a great pick for them. You get your blocker, you get a wide receiver who can get open for you, and Jordan Tyson, who falls because of medical concerns are legit for him. Just constant nagging injuries. So, but if he falls, depending on how the medicals, this isn't impossible, I don't think. So I like that pick for the Browns, especially if he's there. Chicago Bears on the clock here, and I've kind of come down to two guys, and they're actually on PFF's rankings, the way our board has fallen. They're right next to each other. I'm picking between Caden McDonald and Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. The Bears, Brisker's a free agent. Kevin
I have
Baird's
no
a free
safeties.
agent. So what do we have?
Even the backups are free agents.
Well, then there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and take one because you need something for the future. It's going to be Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. You can get defensive tackles later in this class. There's plenty of them. You can get them in the 5th and 6th round, and they can be impact players for you. There aren't many safeties built like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren outside of Nick Eamon-Warry. Addison, do you think the Bears could use someone like Nick Eamon-Warry?
Yeah, I'd be gritted ear to ear.
Yes. So Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo is the pick at pick 25.
yeah, I love that pick. I think the safeties, defensive backs in general, had a really good combine and obviously created a lot of value for themselves.
Yes.
Bills, it's pretty much anyone that can catch a football, and then the rest of the defensive side of the ball. I love Denzel Boston a lot. I think he'd be extremely helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go Denzel Boston. I know obviously they have a ton of defensive holes. I think they just need to add via free agency, and then it was just very apparent last year that no one could catch a football on their offense. So I think Denzel Boston hopefully makes up for Keon Coleman, big body guy as well. Hopefully that'll work well in Buffalo, but I think he's a really talented receiver. Hopefully can win one-on-one for him. And like I said, I think there is some depth, at least among the interior defensive tackles, that you can get some production kind of later on in this draft where I think getting a playmaker here like Denzel Boston is just too good to pass up. So
100%. And you know they're looking for receivers because when Carnell Tate ran his 40, they actually had their GM, Brandon Bean, was on with Rich Eisen at that time, and he said, like, he ran like a 4.51 or whatever. He goes, oh, yeah, he's too slow. You definitely can't take that guy.
Yeah.
Definitely don't draft him. And it's like, okay, he's watching these receivers closely. He knows what he needs.
Yeah.
So Denzel Boston is a really good receiving prospect. Either him or Casey Concepcion, I think, are a great pick for them at that spot. I'd be happy with either if I were the Bills.
Yeah, moving on to the Niners here. I think Niners fans are furious at us. These last 4 picks,
Yeah.
any of them, maybe
Devastating.
even 5 picks would have been
Last 5 with
last
Ioane.
5 picks all could have been someone on the 49ers.
Would have been their
Now,
pick.
this is a tough one. I don't really love Proctor. I mean, you kick him inside. I mean, I don't know. I think Cassius Howell, I know he's tiny arm boy, but I mean, one of the shortest arms since 1999 for edges. That's bad, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Tough.
Tiny
he
arm
did
boy.
produce in college,
He
though,
did,
which is
though.
nuts.
And at the end of the day, sometimes you just need a football player, and it's not who's got the best measurements at the combine player.
No.
Give me Cassius Howell
Yep.
to the San Francisco 49ers. They probably want anybody, and again, like I said, the previous 5 picks, but they'll take Howell here, and they'll make him grow
Yes.
his arms longer. That power plant works
Yep,
in
and he
mysterious
probably
ways.
It does, man. It so does. I like it. Texans on the clock here, having dealt another guard today. They just don't believe in having offensive linemen. They're not a fan of them for whatever reason. I am, and I'm going to take... I think Monroe Freeling will go before this. I just don't know where, and I'm not going to take Monroe Freeling here because he cannot play guard.
Too big.
He's too tall. He's too. He's not a guard. Caden Proctor is too big also, but I trust he can play guard if I need him to. He's got the weight to do it, and he's got the anchor. I don't know if Monroe Freeling can handle the interior defensive lineman. So I am going to go Caden Proctor, and I'm going to say, you know what? We're going to cross-train you. You're going to play guard. You're going to play tackle. You're going to learn to do it all on our offensive line because we need you to. I did like his agility testing was better than I thought it was going to be, and he came in a little bit lighter than what PFF has him listed at, which is probably for the best. I think he was just too heavy this past season where he was graded not as well, although he had a very solid year. I mean, it's a really good offensive lineman. You play him wherever you need to. If you're Houston, just get a guy on the offensive line because you're giving them away. I don't understand it. So Caden Proctor to the Texans.
Yeah, I love that pick, and I think right here's where the Freeling slander is going to stop.
Yes.
I think he's a guy that can come in. I don't think it'd be an issue if he starts right away, but I also think letting him develop and get a little bit of time reminds me of like Anthony Costanzo coming out. But I think the Rams, any injuries on that O-line, it'll help you there. And if not, I think this is a guy that can come in and win a starting job for you.
Yes.
And I think, like you mentioned it, I think he's really good prospect. Showed out really well at the combine as well.
He's awesome.
And I think he's going to be a really successful NFL player for a long period of time. So give me Monroe Freeling to the Rams.
Gosh dang it. I got to just real fast. That's so annoying that the Rams get to have a draft
Yes.
like this.
Yep.
Where they get Jermon McCoy, who is incredible upside at a series. Their positions of need: tackle, quarterback, which you don't need next year, tackle and corner. They get potentially the best cornerback in the entire class in Jermon McCoy if he's healthy, and they get probably the best left tackle in the entire class in Monroe Freeling. It's like, this is ridiculous. What are we doing? Jerks.
Yeah, that's tough. Denver here, this is interesting. I almost look at this like a luxury pick just because you like to think you're a Super Bowl at least appearance with a healthy Bo Nix, and it's late in the first round. Eli Stowers, freak.
Oh my God, get out of my head.
Man, combine 45 and a half inch vert. I saw him
Insane.
in a couple mocks go to Denver, and it really piqued my interest because it's like, damn, he really did test well. That's just another weapon for Bo Nix. Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, but are you just drafting for need? And if you're gonna reach for a position, why not take the stupid freak athlete? I mean, he beat Sadiq's vert by a good bit. Stowers really performed well at the combine. I'm doing it. Give me Eli Stowers to the Broncos.
Yes. That's so crazy. I was literally scrolling down because I was like, man, I would love Eli Stowers. I wonder if he's going to do it. And then you said his name. That's awesome. Love that pick, man. Yeah, I mean, what, 45.5-inch like, Kenyon Sadiq went 43.5, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's the second best ever for a tight end. And Eli Stowers is like, yeah, I got a couple more inches on that, don't worry.
Also had an insane broad
like, what?
jump as well.
Yeah, well over 11 feet. Over 11 feet. Like, and he's 6'4". How do you stop that?
That's tough.
He's jumping nearly 4 feet straight up at 6'4".
Yeah, that's just another.
Like, oh my
that's a
God,
freak athlete that Davis Webb gets to draw up plays for. I love that.
Oh man, yes, love that pick. Patriots here need some offensive line. Could use some edge help. Maybe a linebacker. I'm not going to go linebacker in this spot. I'm probably going to go interior offensive line. And I've been getting this guy in the first round. I'm going to keep doing it. I think Emmanuel Prignon winds up in the first round. I could absolutely see the Patriots pulling the trigger here and just getting another guard just to start right away. This is a day one starting guard, in my opinion. Very good at Oregon this past year. Just overall, a very good offensive line prospect. And they're just going to continue to build into that grit and toughness of Mike Vrabel. And that continues to play in the trenches. And I think they go with best guard available at this spot, in my opinion, at 31.
Dang, that would have been a shoo-in pick for me had you not taken him there.
Yeah.
Right guard is a huge need for Seattle, even though the line, played pretty well towards the end of the season.
They need a guard.
They do.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I never get to do that to anybody. It always happens to me. Yes. It's always Addison doing it to me, too.
You know what? I'm going to do it. This is one of my favorite players. If the Colts got him in the second round, I'd be absolutely thrilled. Should have Heisman contender. Give me Jacob Rodriguez here to the Seahawks at pick 32.
I thought that was who I was thinking about at linebacker for the Patriots.
He is a freak all over the field. Interception, fumbles, turnover machine. Add that to a defense that was elite last year. Just keep adding on to that. Strength is a strength. The things that you'd be able to do with the cornerbacks, safeties, and now linebackers of Seattle will be absolutely insane. If they don't have a guard that they like, I think, just continuing to add to that defense would be huge. Not a ton of safeties that I really love. I mean, Colton Hood's an option, but give me Jacob Rodriguez. I think the film is insane. I think there were a lot of questions coming out about his physicals, and I think he at least quieted that noise at the combine and showed, hey, obviously a very heady player, but also the physicals are there to back it up. And like I said, a guy that was in the Heisman voting towards the end of the year, just continue to add to an already elite defense. So,
dude, I when I watched his tape, I thought, okay, super productive, very instinctive. Why don't people like him? And I was like, okay, they don't like the size or they don't like the athleticism of him. And then he goes to the combine, 4.57 40. That's incredible. A 1.6 10-yard split is excellent for interior linebackers. And a 38.5-inch vertical jump. Like, he checked every athletic box you could want, on top of being statistically the best linebacker in college football this past season, with a 95 run defense grade, along with a really good coverage grade. Yep. I'm like, what do people not like about this kid?
And I think he's a little like that. I think he's a little shorter than you would like, maybe, or a little lighter
6'1",
than what
I
you
would
would
say,
like.
roughly.
But at the end of the day, the tape, production in college at some point has to mean something. And like I said, backing it up at the combine, to me, it's one of those things I don't think they're going to overthink it here. Obviously, Nicky Minwari last year was just an athletic freak that they took a shot on. I think this is a guy that can continue to add to the defense. And, the rich get richer, especially on their best side of the ball. So,
yeah, that's an awesome pick for them. Big fan of him. I mean, even Lance Zierlein compares him to Carson Schwessinger, who just won Rookie of the Year for Cleveland. So great pick there. And then we're kicking into round 2. First time in round 2. Super excited about this. Quick shout out to Goldfine and Bulls, Lawyers for the Injured, for sponsoring tonight's mock draft. All of their information will be in the description box down below. Make sure you guys call them for any legal needs, and make sure you tell them that you have been sent by the Playbook Sports Podcast. Addison, pick 33, Jets.
Right on. Onto the JTS Jets. And I think the two top guys left on our PFF board, maybe they're both first-round picks. I think they probably are. But they didn't happen to get taken in ours. They will be the first pick of the second round, though. I like Caden McDonald, but give me Peter Woods from Clemson here
higher upside
to the Jets. I know he did not test at the combine. Don't care. Was good at Cleveland, and like his size, defensive interiors where the Jets need help. I don't think you could go wrong either one of the two linemen there.
And I think McDonald's
No,
similar to Sweat as well, so I like that pick as
Yeah.
well. Give him a little bit different
Yes.
body guy, not a huge. I mean, McDonald is your run stopper, and I think having Sweat mixed with Peter Woods, I think that just gives him a really, really good interior, especially with the picks that they've already had. So.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Peter Woods is a great fit for them, and this is an absolute freaking home run draft for the Jets. This is my nightmare. This is an actual nightmare scenario so far. They still have one more pick to go to. This is a home run draft for them. Arizona here at pick 34, they went with Caleb Downs earlier.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go Caleb again. We're gonna go Caleb Lamu, tackle out of Utah. You need a right tackle, or I mean, he's a left tackle, but you play Caleb Lamu on either side. I think you can play him at right tackle pretty comfortably. I would not be concerned with switching him over to that side. And then you've got your two bookend tackles going forward with Paris Johnson Jr. and Caleb Lamu. And I think you're pretty happy with that if you're Arizona. You get a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball, and you get a starting offensive tackle for the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot, especially I know a lot of mocks have Cardinals going tackle early. If you can come back and get a player of that caliber in the second round, I think that's a home run draft for him, especially getting Downs in the first. Tennessee Titans on the clock. I think there's a ton of different ways they could go. There's two guys I'm leaning here. I think one's a little bit more obvious. I'm going to go Casey Concepcion, really smooth route runner,
Yes.
guy that can come in and make an impact right away with Cam Ward. I think that's critical. A guy that I'm a huge fan of that would be a really interesting pick here would be Pons out of IU. I think he's an elite corner, and they do need help there. But just being undersized, I think you really got to give Cam Ward every option to be as great as he possibly can be. And I think that Concepcion gives you a chance to really do a lot of different things with him. So I will be taking him here at pick 35.
Yes, sir. Great pick. He tested awesome.
Yeah.
I was super impressed with that. His jump was like 40-something inches also. It was the fourth highest for a corner ever. So yeah, I get that. Oh, I'm talking D'Angelo Pons. I'm sorry. Casey I'm sorry. I got confused.
No.
Never mind. Move
I
on.
do love Pons, though. I
Pons
thought
is
about it for a
elite,
second.
though.
I thought
You
about
said
it.
Pons, and I've been sitting here
Yeah.
thinking about Pons.
No.
I'm over here thinking about, okay, I know this is a fake mock draft, but how do I get Pons at 43
No.
in Miami? How do I do
No,
that?
seriously. Raiders here got the bell of the ball, number 1, Fernando Mendoza. Casey Concepcion would have been interesting for a receiver if he was here, but is there a situation? I mean, we're not doing any trades, but Max Crosby, the rumors are that he is potentially going to be dealt. It's going to be for a nice hefty
Yeah.
haul. Are the Bears in that market, and is DJ Moore in that market? Who
DJ
knows?
Moore.
A receiver,
Yeah.
maybe they've got one, and so they're not looking receiver, so they don't care that he just went. Maybe they're looking edge because they did just get rid of their elite edge, Max Crosby.
Maybe.
But Caden McDonald's right there. We're not speculating. He's on the Raiders as of recording. I'm going Caden McDonald, a guy that could easily
Yep.
be a first round pick, even to my
For sure.
favorite team in the Bears. So I'll take him for the Raiders here, and I like addressing two big pieces of need. Your defensive trenches were not good, and quarterback was bad as well. So
It would also be
And they took a big swing on a free agent a couple years ago, and now Christian Wilkins can't find
Yeah.
work.
it would be interesting to see if Omar Cooper is available for them at pick
I
36
know,
if they
you-
do try to
you load him
pair
up with your boy
Cooper
yeah.
Jr. with Mendoza, especially after that amazing Penn State catch. So, but I think McDonald's
Yeah.
a stud run defender and can come in and make an immediate impact for the Raiders, who have a ton of needs. So,
Yep, totally agree. Giants on the clock here at pick number 37 after going with Carnell Tate in the first round. We are going to come back and get someone who will match up with him every single practice. I'm going to go Colton Hood, corner out of Tennessee. Very impressed with Colton Hood. Stepped right in for Jermon McCoy this year and played excellent. In 3 seasons of college football, he's given up 1 touchdown and has just been a really, really good corner. And the Giants just don't have many of those at all on the roster. They really could use a corner. And maybe if Jermon McCoy's healthy, maybe they consider him at pick 5. But we don't know if he's healthy. And we don't know what Jermon McCoy we're going to get. So get his running mate. Get Colton Hood, who looked really good too. Also tested really solidly. A lot of the corners, their length and size were all very similar. They were all right around 5'11", 6 foot at the combine. So Colton Hood matches up really well with everybody. Tested well. really good corner. Day one starter for the Giants at pick 37.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. I think he's an absolute stud, so getting him at 37 would be awesome. And then Texans on the clock here. Just give me an absolute bulldog. Give me Lee Hunter, D tackle out of Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I think, kind of similar to McDonald. I think he is going to be a big run stuffer, especially in the division that you're in. Having Jonathan Taylor, obviously, need to be able to stop the run. They already can get home with their outside edges. So just give me a guy that can help bolster the inside. And just continue to add to a top 2-3 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, he shed some weight for the combine. I was
Yeah.
impressed. I was surprised. He's been listed at 330 to 335. He came in at 318. I was shocked by how much weight he had lost, and it helped him. I mean, he looked athletic, man. He's an athletic defensive lineman. I was impressed. I like that pick for the trenches a lot.
That was that was Lee Hunter, right? You just want to.
Yes, yeah.
My bad.
Yes.
Moving on to the Browns here, having addressed tackle, having addressed receiver. I'm thinking you're going.
Great draft.
I'm doing it. I'm just adding a young piece to the defensive line, edge specifically. Give me Zion Young from Missouri. Was able to pretty much double production almost completely from 2 years ago to this past season. So took a big step. After having addressed two pieces on the offense, I think you got to. Well, I mean, if there was a guard they fell in love with, but still, I'm going Zion Young here on the edge for the Cleveland Browns.
I like that pick a lot. Very, very good edge rusher, man. He looked really good at the Senior Bowl too. Like, he's just had a really good offseason so far. Chiefs here, having taken Ruben Bain earlier. All right, can someone talk me out of Mike Washington Jr.? Can you guys talk me out of Mike Washington here? He ran a 4.31 at 220 pounds and 6'2", and he ran a 4.31. How do I want to do it. I don't think I'm going to, because that seems a little rich still. He's probably more of a third-round guy, but I'm tempted, and I want the world to know that. There's been a lot of smoke about their cornerback room and about them possibly trading Trent McDuffie. I don't know if that'll happen. But in case it does, you could really stand to get younger at that position. Brandon Cisse, another one of these young corners that just comes in about 6 foot, right around 190, really solid in man coverage, really good against the run, kind of the best, most willing tackler of the corners, or one of them. And I think the Chiefs corners are all good tacklers. They just have been. Why can't I think of the one they just... L'Jarius Sneed, really good tackler. Trent McDuffie, really good tackler. Brandon Cisse, really good tackler, really good corner. So I like him to the Chiefs at pick 40.
Brandon Cisse, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, we had Bengals go interior D-line earlier in the draft.
Yeah. Bengals fans are probably killing me in the comments. I love it. Let me hear it, you frauds.
Tua to the Jets.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we should do that trade. We'll take their second-round pick this year. And their first-rounders next year. All of them. I want all the picks. Yeah, he post 100%. That's what's happening. Yeah, lock that in. Bye-bye, Tua. No more Tua time. You know what? Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it
100%.
happened.
I have a guy that I absolutely love, and I think is just going to be a demon and a dog, but I just don't know how he fits in here. I really want to go Jennings Dunker here. I don't know where he fits on this O-line. I don't know how he fits on this O-line.
Starting guard.
Yeah, they just re-signed
Starting guard.
Dalton.
Dalton Risner or Reisner.
Yeah.
They still need another one.
His wife broke that story.
Yeah, give me Dunker here. I mean, the mullet.
Hell yeah.
The mullet.
Do it.
You got to bring some nasty to...
The hair, come on.
Yeah, they got to bring some nasty to Cincinnati. I think it reminds me of the Gray Zabel pick. Just anyone that you... or even Ratledge to the Lions. If you think...
Tate Ratledge.
If they look like that, you are getting a dog, and they will be
They're good
in the NFL.
They're good.
I don't understand it. He's an Iowa offensive lineman who has a mullet. It doesn't.
What else do you want?
There's nothing else that needs to be said. So
no, lock him in as a start. I know there was some injury concerns with him. I get it. Some guy on Twitter is a member of the Lions organization of some sort, and he said that he's got like his biggest medical flag on Jennings Dunker. I saw him run. I saw the hair. That's all I needed to see. He's good. Start the man. Get him in.
The injuries are
Love
scared
that
of
man.
Jennings Dunker. That's how that's going to work. Let me tell you something right now.
Damn right. His ACL's worried about
He doesn't
Jennings
need
Dunker.
an ACL.
No. Nope. Him or Al Koolman. Who needs him? Shout out Al
Shout
Koolman.
out.
Yeah, he hasn't had ACLs
Saints.
in decades.
Decades.
Saints here. Jeremiah Love in the first round like that pick. And
J-Love.
guess what? I'm going offense again. Kellen Moore,
Ooh.
let's make a splash. We believe in Shuck. Omar Cooper Jr.
Yes. Yes,
For the
sir.
Saints
That'd
in
be
the second
wicked.
Yes,
round.
sir. Dude might be a first round pick.
Yeah.
He might be a first round pick.
He did really well at the combine for what I
unbelievable.
thought he would.
Super well at the combine, and he's a very good, very good receiver, man. Just a really good receiver. Yeah, I'm gonna take his teammate at pick 43 to Miami, D'Angelo Pons.
Oh, my.
No, I can't. I can't.
Ooh.
I want to. I want
would
to.
love that.
But we just took me in Seward. Well, you know what? The Eagles did it
Double
not long
dip.
ago when they double dipped. Wait, who do we have in the cornerback room, guys? Nobody. There's nobody there. You need guys, and D'Angelo Pons is a guy. He is a damn good one. I'm doing it. I'm taking D'Angelo
I
Pons.
love that.
You can't stop me.
Pick six.
Give me D'Angelo
altered your
Pons to
brain
Miami.
chemistry.
He might be a little
might.
undersized,
Dude,
but
it was elite.
let me tell you something.
Little short, but he jumped out of the gym.
He is a absolute lockdown corner as well.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
it all year. I mean, his whole career at IU was absolute savagery. So,
Yep.
Jets
Yep.
on the clock, and man, have they had an excellent draft so far.
Yeah, they have.
Let's see, we got edge, wide receiver, and interior tackle.
I mean, we've crushed the draft for them.
And I think the draft is going to continue to get better for him. There's a few guys that I like actually at linebacker still. I like Jay Golday a lot, but give me Anthony Hill Jr. out of
Yeah.
Texas. I think
Yeah.
6'3", just an absolute freak athlete. Aaron Glenn, they're going to just continue to add talent to this roster that has been depleted of it. Obviously, quarterback position needs to get figured out for them, but starting to get a good roster and then being able to add a cornerback with 3 first-rounders next year would be huge. I don't love any of the quarterbacks this year besides Mendoza.
No.
So I think what you do is bolster the roster, hope the Colts or whatever pick you have next year is horrendous. I mean, shocker, Colts won't be making the playoffs, so you're at least going to get a top 18 pick next year out of that. But give me Anthony Hill Jr. at pick 44.
Great pick. Super athletic guy,
Yeah.
too, man. He can fly around the defense. And Aaron Glenn has... This defense could be nasty if this is how their draft
Yeah.
goes. When you throw in a David Bailey, Anthony Hill Jr., and a Peter Woods, yikes.
Love that. Moving on to the
That's
Ravens here
dangerous.
at 45. Took Mesidor in the first round at the edge. Do they double dip and go interior defensive line with like a Christian Miller?
Maybe.
Maybe. Chris Bell's interesting.
I'm a fan. Admittedly, I'm a fan of Chris
He's
Bell.
interesting, and they need.
I'm a...
I mean, they're trying to win. You know what I mean? They need players that can
Yeah.
impact immediately, and I'm doing it. Give me Chris Bell from Louisville to the
Yeah, I'm
with
a fan,
the edge
man.
with the edge piece in first round there. Mesidor, Christian Miller was interesting. Thought about it for a second, but gonna go
Yep.
Chris Bell here.
Yeah, and I know he just got hurt towards the end of the season. I still think he'll be back in plenty of time. Really good size, really good route runner too. Very good wide receiver. Before he got hurt, I was like, this guy might be a first round pick. Like, super talented player. Love that pick. Bucks here at pick 46. They went CJ Allen. I'm gonna stay on the defensive side of the ball. They need a good edge rusher. I like our Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma here. I don't remember they were just talking to an offensive. Oh, Caden Proctor said he was the best edge rusher he's faced in college. So that means something to me, man, because Caden Proctor's been a starter since he was a freshman at Alabama. And he said, yeah, our Mason Thomas was a problem. I take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. And our Mason Thomas had a really solid year for Oklahoma, too. So,
A
yeah,
little
we'll go and
undersized,
get an
but
edge
he's
rusher
good
here.
at with.
Yeah, a
he's
little
got
bit
a nice
undersized.
burst.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick.
Even just with strength, he's able to burst well, but even for his size.
Yeah. For the first time, Bobby, Indianapolis Colts on the clock.
I know a lot of different ways they can go. I mean, it's going to be front seven here no matter what.
Yeah.
I really like the linebackers, especially as you get towards the end of the first, second, and even early third. I think there's going to be a ton of value at the linebacker position. And for that
Yeah.
reason, I think here I got to go. In my opinion, one of the better edges that's still remaining, a guy that had production. Give me Derek Moore, edge out of Michigan. I love
Ooh.
Jake Golday here too. Josiah Trotter's an option, but I think even as you go, down the draft, the backer out of Pitt was phenomenal at the Senior Bowl. He's almost like a slot corner in a
Yep.
way, especially testing numbers wise. But I think right now you only have really two, maybe three edges on the roster. I know we have some trauma from edges out of Michigan, but give me Derek Moore. The production was there. And really at this point, you just need any help you can get in the edge room with JT Tuimoloau not producing and Latu hopefully coming on. So just need more bodies in that room in general.
Yeah, very good pick. Derek Moore has had a really good offseason. And yeah, like you said, he's produced great this past season. A really, really good pass rusher. Really good pass rusher.
On to the Falcons here. I'm pretty sure this is their first pick as well, right?
It is, yes, because the Rams have theirs.
Seen a lot of mocks having them take corner. Keith
Yeah.
Abney's interesting.
Big fan.
I'm taking your QB's old teammate, Jeremy Bernard from Alabama.
Jeremy.
Played in
Oh,
Washington
baby.
with Penix. I like his
Okay, I
build,
like
6'1",
that fit.
205, athletic. He's just another weapon besides Drake London. And obviously they tagged
Yes.
Pitts. They've got loaded room, but here comes Kevin Stefanski. Here comes offensive explosions. Let's get a guy that has chemistry with Penix immediately, and he can be the second guy, so it's not all Drake London when it comes to receiver responsibilities.
Yeah, his comp for me is Jarvis Landry. When I watch Jeremy Bernard, I think of Jarvis Landry. So next time you see like any of his highlights or anything, try thinking like, is that Jarvis Landry? And I thought he played a lot like him, where he's like, yeah, he's not gonna blow the top off of you. He's not gonna burn right past you, but he's gonna get open, and he's got very reliable hands. Like he just does not make. He had one drop. He does not drop passes, man. Super good hands, very good route runner. I like that pick a lot. Just someone for Penix to throw the ball to that's gonna be open. That's what you need. And former teammate, love that connection. Vikings on the clock here. They just announced just today or yesterday that they are releasing Aaron Jones. So I'm going to go with Jadarian Price, running back out of Notre Dame. Watching his 40 was really interesting for me because he didn't do all of the setup that all these other like track guys do. Like he just put his head down, put his hand down, went, and just ran like he was running the football, and he ran fine. Ran plenty fast. It's one of those ones where it's like, how is this guy a backup? Well, it's because he's a backup to Jeremiah Love. And I still think that means he's probably second or third best running back in the entire class. And the Vikings need a running back. They need youth at that position. And I just think that'd be probably a smart way to go. Go get a guy that has plenty of tread left on those tires because he hasn't had to be the bell cow. And see what you got there.
Yeah, I love that pick as well. Lions on the clock here. I think I might have mentioned this in our last mock uh, as a joke, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger here. Give me Gabe Yakas to the Lions at pick
I
50.
love it.
Need an edge. And once again, a guy who did produce at Illinois. Whoever the Lions tend to take, I mean, especially the first and second round of the past few drafts have been electric. Like I said, a guy that's produced a lot, and especially last year after Al-Qadim Muhammad's leading your team in sacks, you need someone with
That's a problem.
Aiden Hutchinson to pair. Because, like I said, I mean, Bears and Colts both experienced with Al-Qadim Muhammad. It's not consistent. It's not going to be something. I mean, I think he's 30, 31 years old, so need to get younger in that edge room. And especially with the injuries you can never have enough of these guys coming off the edge or just on the defensive side of the ball in general for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Great pick for them. Very good edge rusher.
Moving on here to the Carolina Panthers. Panthers took Keldrick Falk in the first round. Well, guess what? We're addressing the defensive line even more. Give me Christian Miller here, defensive
Yep,
lineman
great
from
pick.
Georgia. He fell too far. Let's hear it in the comments because he fell too far. But if he's
Yeah,
here for
they're
the
gonna be
Panthers,
upset.
they're grinning ear to ear. Georgia defensive lineman. That's a plus.
Yeah, that's a home run pick for them. Just plug him right in next to Derek Brown and enjoy because he's going to be locked down for you. Packers first pick here in this draft class, and I'm going to get him another combine guy, another freak athlete out of Arizona State. I'm going to go with Max Iheanacho, the tackle. Packers are probably losing Rasheed Walker in free agency. They need another offensive tackle desperately, and Iheanacho has had probably the one of, if not the best, offseason as far as helping his stock. He didn't even start playing football until he was a sophomore in high school. So the sky is the absolute limit for this guy. Very good player, very good size. You just mold him up there, and Green Bay has done wonders by taking, like, Rasheed Walker's going to get $20 million a year this offseason, 7th round pick. They are good at molding these guys, and that's where Iheanacho falls, and that's who I'm going to have them take at 52.
A lot of different ways the Steelers can go. I think, especially with them taking a quarterback here, and just in general, I think they have wideout needs. Give me Zachariah Branch, wide receiver out of Georgia. I know there are some guys available that are a little bit bigger body. I love Fields. Surratt, I mean,
Yeah.
just doesn't have the speed, I think, at the next level to be elite. And they already have DK Metcalf, deep ball, physical guy. So give me Zachariah Branch. I also wouldn't mind Skylar Bell here as well.
He was.
Yeah, I think he did run
Yeah, he
pretty
wasn't as
darn
fast
slow.
as I
So
thought.
yeah, I think that's going to hurt. I do like Chris Brazzell, 6'5". I know he ran pretty well for his size
Yes,
as well.
he
But
did.
once again, I think
Tested
DK
great.
Metcalf already does that for them. So give me Zachariah Branch here. Like I said, Skylar Bell as well is another great option for him. But give me Branch out of Georgia.
Very good. Love it.
Right on. Moving to the Eagles here, we had them take Sadiq, right, in the first round.
Yep.
Eagles fans
Yep.
definitely happy about
Yes.
that. Rest of the league pissed.
Not thrilled. Yeah, not
Um,
thrilled.
I know that secondary room is still young and it's just going to get younger, and that's what you got to do when you're a competing team. Some group has to be full of young guys that got to prove it, and the Eagles have 2 good ones,
Yeah.
one potential great. Give me Keith Abney the second here, though, to just get another
Yes.
body in that room that can compete.
Lockdown this year. Absolutely locked down this year.
Yeah, and
He was
can
awesome.
definitely be on that outside, across
Yes.
lockdown Mitchell. So
Yep. And then you can put Cooper DeJean in the nickel where he'll
Yep.
thrive. And just make him the chess piece on the defense. That's a home run pick for them. Eagles fans, I didn't want to sway your pick at all, Addison, but Eagles fans are always in the comments telling me we need a corner. So I was waiting to see. I was hoping you'd take Keith Abney. So great
Let's
pick
go.
there.
I think Blankenship's
Chargers
also
on-
out this year too. I think he's a free agent.
He
as
is
well,
a free
so-
agent. He is. So they're losing one half
maybe
of
they
the
just
exciting
put
whites,
that other
which is a
whitey
bummer.
back there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they might have to. I mean, you got to fix that quick. Moving into the Chargers here, they went with Vega Ioane earlier. I am going to go with another combine guy, which also all-time nickname. I'm going to go with Dante Corleone out of Cincinnati, nickname The Godfather.
Yeah, you gotta be
Um,
with that last name.
Yeah, with Corleone, are you kidding me? Come on. Huge player, a lockdown great against the run. Very good run defensive lineman. I think they'd be pretty happy with that pick. Just plop him right down, and he's good to go. And, man, you just brought the beef to the Chargers with Ioane and Corleone.
Yeah, and I think Jags fans are probably a little bit sad because I definitely think they do need some D-line help. First pick of the draft as well after trading out last year. I'm going to do it. A guy that I like who's a pretty big body guy. Give me Daryl Jackson Jr. here out of Florida State. Keep him in state. 6'5", just a huge body. I think the more beef, the merrier. I know it's a little bit early for him, but clocking in at 265, 337, I think he's going to be a hard guy to move. Like I said, especially in the division that you're in with Montgomery just getting added to the Texans, Jonathan Taylor. I think the AFC South's got a lot of problems with running backs, so I think the more bigger bodies that you can have that create havoc on the interior, the better. So,
Absolutely. And full transparency, and people are going to see it on here too because they all see my screen. You had me scrolling. I was like, who?
yeah,
You said Daryl Jackson Jr. I'm like, what position
he is a
that guy?
gigantic body.
I started scrolling looking for the Florida State Seminole. I'm like, who is this dude? And then I was like, Bobby, did you draft a draft eligible player? What are we doing? I like it. That's the first time I've heard his name in any of the first 2 rounds, so I like that pick. That's good.
Love that. On to the Bears here. Got a safety in the first round. Now,
Wish I'd have known AJ Halsey would
yeah,
fall,
for real.
because that would be an awesome
Now,
pick.
this gets interesting. Blake Miller, huge body, long enough arms to
Yep.
be a left tackle.
Uh-huh.
Did not play left
Yep.
tackle in college. So, is it a situation where
No.
you're willing to take a guy potentially? Well, he played left tackle for 100 snaps 2 years ago, but he's been right tackle majority
Yeah,
of the time
it's
for
like,
Clemson. Ozzie Trapillo injury definitely makes the tackle spot interesting because it was also a tough injury. But it's a tough one to come back from, just straight up. So tackle
Yeah.
is got me
I need-
thinking about it with Blake Miller here from Clemson, but I'm gonna go Jake Golday, linebacker
Yeah,
from
good
Cincinnati.
pick.
I'm pissed, Beans. You took Jacob Rodriguez. Don't get me
Oh.
wrong. Is it a steep ask for him to fall all the way down here to 57?
Another 25
Yeah,
picks.
probably. But man, would I love it if he did. But give me Jay Golday here, linebacker from Cincinnati. Bears
Man.
are gonna need it, man. Majority of the Bears starters on defense are gonna be changed, and linebacker is at least
it's gonna be a whole new-
one guaranteed with Edmonds out the door. So Cincinnati linebacker.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's a good pick. Jake Golday tested really, really well
Yeah.
too, and he played great. Like, he's a very good linebacker. So you can do a lot worse
See,
than
now
that.
that sorry, just doing a little more research
no,
here
yeah.
on Blake Miller. His hometown is Strongsville, Ohio. I mean, he's from Strongsville. You're telling me
that's
my
crazy.
man isn't going to be a good offensive lineman in the league?
Yeah, he'll be
Strongsville.
solid. He'll
Come
be
on.
solid. Strongsville, that's elite place. Okay, I like that. That's where you need to move if you
Yeah.
want to have kids that
Yeah.
are athletes. Okay, I'm from Strongsville. 49ers on the clock again here after earlier, and I just looked, and of course I already forgot. After taking Cassius Howell in the first, we're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball, I think. Just, do I want to go with a wide receiver? It feels like a reach for Elijah Surratt. And they aren't I don't think they're going to want to reach on him, or Malachi Fields even, maybe. They're just a team that's going to continue to bring in cheap vets that are just going to get the job done, like a Kendrick Bourne and whoever else, Dwan Jennings last year. So I'm going to go safety. I'm going to go AJ Halsey out of LSU. Very talented safety player. You've got to figure out what you're doing on that side of the ball now, especially deep. So, yeah, that feels like an easy pick for me.
Yeah, I love that pick. Texans back on the clock. I think they're going to just have to keep attacking offensive line, especially.
Yeah.
It's just interesting how they bring in offensive linemen and get rid of them very, very quickly. We had Proctor as well.
Yep, they got Proctor in the first.
Give me Chase Pasantis out of
Yes,
Texas
yes.
A&M.
Great pick.
Interior
Bingo.
O-lineman. I mean, they need all the help they can get. I thought about Blake Miller, but give me a guy that's proven that he can play on the interior side of the ball, especially with going Proctor in the first. Like I said, any offensive lineman, anybody that you can get
That
to
could
add to
even be
that
their
O-line
center.
room, I think
He
is
could
huge.
easily
So
be
yeah,
center.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, great pick. Chase Pasantis is a really solid interior offensive line prospect, and he's young.
Right on. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills. Now,
Buffalo Bills.
CJ2K, but not him, is interesting. But give me Keontae Scott, Miami corner here to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he was so
We had
good
them
this
taking
year.
Denzel Boston in the first round, get Josh Allen, another potential bust. But
Yes.
got to address the
Yes.
defense as well. Can't all be Joe Brady's new shiny toys. And besides, they said they love Keon Coleman. Brady said he's the best thing that could have happened to him, even though he was the OC.
Yeah, okay.
But Keon,
You're call the plays,
Keontae
dude.
Scott from Miami to Buffalo, address the secondary a little bit. Like I said, there's always got to have a young secondary when you're competing for Super Bowls, man. It's one of the positions
Yep.
that you got to hope a guy can come out and be an impact player immediately.
And they don't have much
No,
at that
they don't.
position. They have kind of swung and missed it on that position several times now, so they've got to get it right. And Keontae Scott had a really, really good year. And in the second round, you can look past that. He'll be 25 for his rookie season. You
Yeah,
can just
again,
move
when you're,
past that. Not
I know
worry
it's
about it.
shit, but it's like
When you're
trying-
competing,
yeah,
you-
hey, I
you're
don't care
good.
that are you polished? You know what I mean? Then hey, let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
Right. Yep. Absolutely agree. Rams up here at pick 61. Still, just way too early to take a quarterback of the future unless you're a huge Garrett Nussmeier guy, which admittedly I am not. So the cornerback room is that cupboard is bare, folks. I'm not going to go with another tackle here because I do like what I saw out of McClendon last year as one of their starting tackles, and we already addressed the other one with Monroe Freeling, so I'm going to pass on Miller and Tiernan. I am going to go Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. Elite season this year. I mean, elite season. 4 picks, no touchdowns allowed. Unbelievable in coverage. You just really couldn't throw on the guy this year. Can that translate to the NFL? I sure hope so, because him and Jermon McCoy together could be disgusting.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot too. I mean, anything they can do to add to that secondary, I think, is huge for them.
Yep.
Broncos on the clock. We had them taking Eli Stowers with their first pick overall.
Yes.
I think there are a few guys that are really interesting to me from a linebacker position. A guy that I absolutely love, honestly, I would love it if the Colts could somehow find a way to get him in the third round, would be insane. But that's not going to happen here. Give me Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pitt. Guy that was a Senior Bowl standout, absolute combine darling. His numbers he put up were basically a slot corner, and I think he'd be really fun player in this Denver Broncos defense. I think you can utilize him in a lot of different ways, but insanely great coverage guy. And like I said, very, very, very athletic freak to add to that Broncos defense. So,
Sorry, who was it?
Yeah.
Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis.
Linebacker out of Pitt.
Linebacker out of Pitt. He, I mean, those at the Senior Bowl, those reps you're not supposed to win as the linebacker against the running back. You're not supposed to win those reps, and he won all of them almost. Like, you could not shake him, and he just made plays on the ball. He's such a fun defensive type of player. It almost reminds me of, like, Isaiah Simmons from a few years ago, who went top 10 or top 15, definitely went in the first round, where it's like, is this guy a safety? Is this guy a corner? Is this guy a linebacker? I don't know. That's the fun part. You can play him anywhere. And in the Broncos defense, man, that could be really fun to watch.
All right, Clemson fans, you can chill. Patriots here. Give me Blake Miller. Now, is Campbell going to be your left tackle going forward? Who knows? Blake Miller's got the size and the arm length if you want to try them both out, but if not, he's at least played the right side as well. And again, you just got to protect the Precious and Drake May, and that's why the Patriots are first round pick. They're 2 picks, and the first 2 rounds are offensive linemen.
Yep, that's a very
and
strong
Morgan
pick,
Moses might not be playing that much longer, so I think
he's old. He's old.
Even if he doesn't come in and play right away,
he's
he's definitely going to be a guy that they'll need going forward. I love that pick.
Yep. And then to wrap up the second round of our 2-round mock draft, the Seattle Seahawks took Jacob Rodriguez at the end of the first round here, and now in the second round, I think I've been going back and forth. I like Malachi Lawrence had an awesome combine. And I just don't think that that's something that they need at this point in the draft. So I'm going to pass on him. And I think I want to have fun with it, but I also want to be smart. So I am going to go corner. I'm going to go Davison Igbinosun out of Ohio State. Really solid corner. Really good size, too. He's kind of the size that they like at corner. He's over 6'2", close to 200 pounds. He's young. He's athletic. And he played in an insane defense, man. He's already NFL ready because he's been playing in an NFL defense. So that is how we are going to wrap up the second round of this mock draft. The second round is going to be fun. There are some good players available in the second round for this year's draft, man. It's going to be an awesome weekend as it always is.
Yeah, that was awesome. Definitely some interesting picks in there. Arizona and just draft fans in general. What do you think? Caleb Downs at 3. I know that's probably an interesting take, but the guy's an elite playmaker, man. Elite.
Yep, I like that. This is not your cookie cutter mock draft for sure. I mean, we had Dylan Tieneman go at 12. We had Caleb Banks go at 10. Where else are you guys seeing that? I don't know, but could it happen? Absolutely it can. That's what makes the NFL draft so fun is our mock draft that we just did is just as accurate as everyone else's mock draft because it hasn't happened yet. So that's what makes it fun. So anything you guys want to add before we hop off for today?
Yeah, I think too, I think this draft's going to be a really fun one. I think there's a lot of different ways that it can go, especially with not having a lot of blue chip prospects at the top of this draft and the ones that are kind of in unique positions. They don't play super high value positions. So it'll be really interesting to see how this draft goes. I think there's a lot of depth in that, like I said, second, third round. So it'll really be pick your poison of what fits your team, your scheme, and who you fall in love with. So, like I said, it's always fun doing this, and I think hopefully after free agency
Yes.
too, you'll have a little bit more clear picture. But always fun to do these drafts. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? First of all, absolutely subscribe right now. Hit the red button. And make sure you guys are paying attention and watching for free agency videos that will be coming out real soon, as well as we will continue to drop weekly mock drafts for you guys right here on the channel. So if you guys like the offseason for the NFL, if you like the NFL in general, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you guys get in the comments down below. Let us know what you think about the picks we made for your teams and who you would have taken in that spot. If you don't like the pick, we'd love to talk ball in the comments. We always do. We comment back. We reply to every single comment. And that's all we've got for you guys for today's mock draft. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.